Yo, 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 look at my leg. Isn't it great? What the hell? Wow, I didn't notice that. I took the camera doing it. That's right. Look at that. It's like blue and green at the same time. I'm talking about my boxers, by the way. Like, whatever. All right. Virtual me and future me. That's right. Those are the two that are addressing. Because apparently no one's ever going to see this, basically. But just want to put it out there in the record that yeah, that and to talk about these freaking straps right here. I'm talking about. I'm trying to pull. I always like to even them out, make them the same, but sometimes it takes longer. Otherwise, I was just thinking, because I watched a video about rich kids having freakouts over being, because they were really spoiled. And a lot of the rich kids being spoiled videos. Yeah, most of them was because it was them being spoiled over like birthday stuff. Most of them like getting cars for their birthdays. It's like, oh, you get a new car. And I'm not talking about a new car, like even a new, like, I don't know, whatever bottom of the road baseline car is for today. Because, when I was growing up, a base car was like a Honda Civic or a Toyota or, just a Ford, just the basic thing. And even if you were to buy it new, then it might be like 18950 or some shit like that. Something like that, straight new, like the year of model straight new. It might be like 18 something, 29 something. I mean 20,009 something. When I was growing up, freshman to senior year in high school. It was something around there, And then if it was a used one, you could get a pretty dang good used one. 5,000, and a really crap used one for, $500 to $1,500. My first car, I think I bought for $500 from a friend, and I drove that into the ground. Ooh, wow. Ooh, man, driving that thing with, there weren't zero brakes on the car, but I guess there were zero brakes on the car because there were the kind of brakes on the car that like railroad trains have brakes. So it was those kind of brakes. So, and I drove that thing in Wisconsin winters during Wisconsin snow on the freeway. So, yeah, you really had to people would get pissed at me on the freeway because they'd be like, why are you driving? There's a football field between you and the car in front of you. I'd be like, do you really want me to tailgate the guy? Because people will die. I'm like, I know how much space I need in between me and the car in front of me to have a chance of not causing a 400 car pileup. So, uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get to work and not die. So I did that. You know, I drove my shit pile, and I guess I'm still here alive. So yeah, and that car ended up being totaled. Still, thanks to black ice, which I thought black ice, even the most experienced of driver can still be caught by black ice. So yeah, no one got hurt other than my dumb ass because apparently it was like 11 o'clock. So whatever, it just happens. What are you gonna do? But shit happens. That car lasted me. I think that car had a probable cost of. I mean, it was less than $1 per day because it lasted me more than a year, more than 500 days, basically. Is what I'm getting at. So that was the cheapest per day use car that I ever had that I paid for, which was the only car I ever paid for. So awesome. Anyways, these rich kids. And what I really wanted to get into was me talking about my memories and memories of, I don't know if, before I start getting into this, I don't know what other disabled people, specifically what other epilepsy patients, um, experiences are with their memories. It could be anywhere from exactly like me to plus minus, um, meaning they have much better memories than me, all the way up to normal people, or even worse memory retention than me. So, which, if you have worse memory retention than I do, then wow, I really feel for you. Because mine is bad in a kind of a specific way. Uh, and then outside of that domain, it's not good, but you know, it's not devastating. So, anyways, getting into it. Mine is very bad in the, sad to say, I just know and notice that's bad in the kind of personal way, or anything dealing with me and my personal history just seems to be gone. So like I don't remember like a whole lot about my personal life or anything like that. Just seems to go down a rabbit hole and end at a freaking singularity and just gets eaten up and this is gone. So I don't remember. I was just thinking about this and what it reminded me to put it down in my personal log starting 444, 44, 44. People in Wisconsin might get that more than anyone. As I was thinking about like where I ate lunch as a kid in school, primary, middle, and high school, and I can only remember high school, and that's because I would buy a soda and eat in what wing was it? I don't remember because we had A, B, C, D. EFGH, I think. They were all letters. But it was the theater wing. And I ate there because nobody was there during lunch. I can't remember if there wasn't anybody else there with me, but I would, quote, eat my soda. And, it was a good place to sit down because I could drop my backpack down there because my backpack was heavier than all crap. I mean, it might as well be a hiking backpack because there were books this thick in there, and I had like 4 of them. And then I had other books that were like this thick and stuff. I had like 3 or 4 of those in there. So, I mean, I was like an Army Marine carrying like 35 pounds on my back. And, doing that for 4 years and then having seizures falling on my back and twitching and jiggling. There you go. That is my back problems right there. And I know people will be like, well, it's because back problems are just because of your seizures. Yeah, well, carrying that crap on your back all day in between classes and stuff, while not, having a great physique all around you, is not exactly encouraging excellent, spine health. So, yeah, it's like put all of it together, add all of it together, and it's just, one thing is making another thing worse, which is making another thing worse. Anyways, tangents. I'm just saying, point being, my memories. Reverse ass, crumple it together and throw it into the sun. And that's what you get. I can't, that's just one example of how crappy my memory is. So yeah. The opposite to that, though, is, I know, like, movies and TV and stuff is just in there. And the same thing with the Star Trek, TNG, DS9 and Voyager. I know almost all those episodes, too. It probably has something to do with the fact that I've watched them a whole bunch of times, but I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. So that's what that's about. Memory is so bad in certain ways and I don't know, good in other ways. I guess again, neuroscientists would just be like, well, you've committed brain space to certain things and not others. Yeah, obviously. Except, I don't know. If a normal person watches this, maybe they can tell me, do you know both, your personal life, 742, and like stuff you may have studied in college still? So, because that would be like a good example if your personal life, your academic career, TV stuff, culture, all this other shit. Why does your brain have room for all that and keep it in your memory? And mine is just not do that. So then I would say, yeah, mine does not want to do that. So you know, doesn't want to, or just not doesn't have the space, or some XXXXX. You know, whatever. There you go. I want to put that on the record. Because again, like always I say, I'm gonna be not in the set of people that are up and about with fully aware brain functions forever. I'm going to be not in the Alzheimer's group. I'm going to be in the super Alzheimer's group. Unless I'm dead, then I'm going to be in the dead group. So, you know, whatever. We can only hope. All right. Well, that's all for today, kiddies. Some people say have a blessed day. I say have a day.